contestant son. Yeah! Nah. Alright. Monique and Steve Harvey gets real. Let's go.
Baby, he be saying it like I'm a problem.
See, this is where it
Oh,
starts.
you have been a problem.
Well, Steve, okay.
What was it? Let's go.
Let's go.
You started getting labeled as difficult.
Yes.
Why do you believe?
First of all, yo, why he looks so different? My nigga got some whole other shit going on. What made him decide to now all of a sudden start dyeing his beard gray, and from before when he used to straight up dye his shit jet black? Like he changed his whole look.
He's still. Well, let me see.
I don't know. We gotta look. All right, let's go.
That happened, and do you see that changing, and why?
I got labeled as difficult. My husband and my husband is Sydney, who happens to be my manager. We got labeled as difficult because I said one word, and that was no. Now, I said no to some very powerful people. I said no to Oprah Winfrey. I said no to Tyler Perry. I said no to Lee Daniels. And I said no to Lionsgate. And the difficulty came in when people that look like me, like Oprah, Tyler, Lee Daniels, and I gotta put my brother Steve on the list. Y'all knew I was not wrong. Each one of you said to me, Monique, you're not wrong. And when I heard you go on the air and you said, my sister done burnt too many bridges, and there's nothing I can do for her now. Steve, do you know how hurt I was?
Simone, now let me give you this. Because you and I had this conversation, I thought you went about it wrong. See, I felt that.
Yeah, that's a tactic, no? Ain't that some psychology thing when you start doing what the other person does?
To make
you had
seem like you're more agreeable to them.
Right.
Done yourself.
And even the way that they're sitting, you know how they say that in an interview process, you have the board meeting style, which is you on the other end of the table, and then you have the personable style, which is the person sitting there at the same level as you, you know, next to the person. And then you have some other shows when you think about like what's that nigga's name? Like those Tonight shows, and they usually put the guy's table and the seat higher than the guest.
Right, like a podium.
Yeah, like a podium.
Disservice.
I feel like it's different degrees of seriousness of what's going to be asked, and then also depending on what they're trying to get out of you. Like if they want to get something from your personal life, then they're going to do a personal stance like that, right? Where they're going to mimic you, they're going to be close to you, and they're going to make you feel like a friend, like you're sitting talking with your friend.
Right.
The reason why they're doing it like that with the podium, whatever, is to make you know like you're here at an official event. So it's also probably on some like anything you say and will do can be held against you, because if you think about it, like he's up higher like a judge, like he's judging.
Yeah, and they're more reading off of a card and a script versus look the way it's looking right here with Steve Harvey. He probably just going off the top.
And in those shows, we already saw how like in different things like that are set up like that are more like high end, like high profile, and that have a lot more money into it. Remember we saw how they put certain people in the crowd to like sway certain things or to do certain things. So they're not allowed to say certain stuff, and that's exactly why Kanye used that to his advantage when he was shouting out the whole thing with Trump, like, oh, when I wear this hat I feel like a superhero or whatever. That's why he used that kind of an event. It was like what, Saturday Night Live?
I think so.
Something like that.
Or
yeah.
TMZ.
No, Saturday Night Live. And the TMZ came at some point.
Yeah, that's on a whole nother video right there with that nigga. All right.
The way you chose to go about it.
Tell me how I went about it.
I was cool with you with your deal with Netflix. I was cool with you. The two problems that we had. Number one, the boycott of Netflix.
Yes.
We never gave people a point of action. Okay, if we're gonna boycott, are we gonna not get subscriptions? Are we gonna turn it off? Or are we gonna go down there and get signs? The second point, what was coming to me was, this problem that you had in Netflix is rich people problems. Because they looking at us going, you talking about you didn't get millions. Cool.
But when you say, Mo, it's the way you went about it. And I want to explain that, and I thank you for saying that. Inequality is devastating and it's extreme. And when people said, Monique, do you think calling a boycott was extreme? You damn right. But isn't inequality extreme? So we've got to get to a place where we're unafraid to say it out loud.
Okay.
What I would have loved.
See, I like how I like Monique's tone, like her opinions and dispositions. They sound thought out.
Because she's organized.
She's organized, and she's like a good representative. You know what I'm saying? Like she seems like when she speaks, like she's about to say something worth listening to. You know what I'm saying?
It's just that she speaks with confidence, like she's self-assured,
right?
And that's just her. That's her persona. Period. Like that's probably like how she always has been, kind of thing.
Right.
But if you look at what's going on here too, he's tight-lipped the whole time.
Yeah, he letting her
because no, his mouth is literally tight-lipped the whole time. Like if you look at him, his lips are tight, and it's because of the fact that he's uncomfortable by everything she's saying. Even look at how he's holding his hands. Yeah, sloppily.
He like, damn. Because what is she gonna do?
What is she gonna say next? What is
That's
she
gonna mess
do?
my platform.
Yes, exactly.
I wonder if he probably throwing certain things up. I feel like this is a symbol here, but I gotta look at the book.
And that's gonna also
this is something
potentially ruin their relationship together. Because that's why, obviously, he already put out that statement that she's mentioning where he said, like, oh, that she burned a lot of bridges and that there's, like, nothing left that he could do for her.
Right.
That's already him trying to, like, low-key put a statement in saying that, like, you crossed some bad paths and, like, I'm not trying to go with you.
Word up.
So that's why you see him here. He's trying to level with her, where he's trying to calm her down so that it doesn't spark her into saying anything crazier. So it keeps her at a certain tone. Right. That's why he's like this. But you see, even how he's looking at her. Look at how his whole.
Yeah, I never even seen him put this face before. Right. Like we're so used to seeing him more like this right here. Look. This is him.
That or just even like his regular face.
What made him go from this to this right here? This is a big jump.
Well, he's an older guy. He has this show now, right? So he could have like wanted to, I want to have like this look for this show to differentiate from like Family Feud or whatever, right? Because he was doing Family Feud before.
This is more him looking like a damn clown,
right?
And this is more him looking like you gotta take him serious.
Correct. So probably too, what happened there is maybe he didn't even really want this look, because this is not the same exact look as in Steve Harvey. And Steve Harvey he got he was younger.
The whole thing, yeah. He was younger.
It was different. So then they put him just like this for Family Feud. Now he looks like this. Yeah, it's a totally different show.
Right. It updates
his look too.
It updates his look, and then it takes him to aging. It takes him towards that direction.
And also of more serious, like of not just like looking like that, where he looks more like
somebody thought out his image for him.
Right.
All right, let's keep on.
I've appreciated from my brother was had you picked up the phone before you went on the air and said, Monique, you've burned too many bridges and there's nothing I can do. See, I would have appreciated had my brother called me up and said, baby, let's talk. Because you doing that was a part of me being difficult.
But not before that, though.
Yes, baby.
Remember the moment on stage?
Oh, yes.
See, now that
was
right
a wonderful moment.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, my goodness.
No, it wasn't.
That was one of those moments.
See, no, it wasn't.
That Richard Pryor whispered in my ear and said, say it. You say it.
Richard
because
Pryor did not
tell
you to say that
yes,
with your
crazy
ass.
Oh, baby, yes, he did. Yes, he did. I do not regret, as I said on the Steve Harvey show, I do not regret one moment of that night on that stage.
No, in case you don't know.
For those who don't know, Richard Pryor's not even alive. That wasn't literal. That was like the spirit of Richard Pryor whispered in her ear, you know?
Oh my God.
There's people that don't know. He has
to tell you shit now.
You gotta let people know, right?
This guy is blue. Right? Fish swim.
Moto, Tyler Perry, Oprah Winfrey, and Lee Daniels to suck her private parts.
Not my private parts.
Well, you said if I had.
Yo, who's Lee Daniels again? Lee Daniels. Who was that again? Let's look that person up. I forgot who that was. Let's look up Lee Daniels. Film and television writer. Oh, he wrote Empire.
Oh.
Oh, he directed Precious also. Yeah, he directed Precious. And he did, he's doing the Richard Pryor. And, alright, cool. And he does Empire. Damn, as a co-creator. Wow. This thing getting kicked. Alright.
That one.
Yeah.
I want them three to suck my private parts.
Yeah.
It wasn't private parts on stage. So now, then I went, I quit breathing. I quit breathing for you.
I didn't.
What happened to you, Mo, was when you made that statement, the narrative got flipped. It wasn't about Netflix no more. It wasn't about Netflix no more. The attention was all off of where we needed to go. Huh?
That was before Netflix.
So good. So now when you bring up Netflix, it don't get no win, but you done just said this to these three people. And these three people,
Yes.
not because they're powerful, but because of who they've come. And what happens is, I told you, we can't cure darkness with more darkness.
What we can do is cure it with comedy. And what I'm not gonna do, Steve, I'm never, ever gonna waver from my comedy show on that stage. That's my gift, and that's my freedom. And what happens is, when you allow people to start taking your freedom and your gift and making it become what makes them comfortable, we then lose. When you called me with the morning show on the phone, I said to you, Steve, I'm this. And y'all know I did nothing wrong. Y'all know my husband did nothing wrong. But none of y'all in real time, was strong enough to go publicly and say, we can't throw our sister under the bus.
Because, Mo, listen to me. We fighting two wars here.
What war?
There's two wars. It's what your issue is, and it's what the perception of the issue is, and the narrative has changed.
See, I'm hearing what you're saying, baby, and I agree with it when the narrative changes. But if all of y'all said, this is the only issue I have with it, baby, when all of y'all said privately, to include Oprah, all of y'all said privately, I've done nothing wrong.
When you tell the truth, you have to deal with the repercussions of the truth. We black out here. We can't come out here and do it any kind of way we want to. Listen to me. Your husband can't be the Sydney that he really is out here.
Let me tell you
something. That flexing, we got to flex a different way. We out here in a game. This the money game. This ain't the black man's game. This ain't the white man's game. This the money game. We in the money game. And you cannot sacrifice yourself. The best thing you can do for poor people is not be one of them. You cannot help them.
Ooh. That nigga said the best thing you can do for poor people is not be one of them. He said that shit on TV.
And when he said that, his eyes cut down into the side because she's bringing him back to
the struggle.
Yes, she's bringing him back to his hard place. That's what she's doing right now.
He was trying probably so hard in his life to get away from that area.
Yes.
So now he's in position. So he's.
It's like PTSD. Like he doesn't want to go back.
Yeah.
So, and what he's telling her right now is basically
she looks lit. Like she about to tell this nigga off crazy.
Because she's like, she's on the point of we're not gonna keep on acting like the bias doesn't still exist, like the racism isn't still happening, like black people are not still just becoming the first black person to do whatever, you know what I mean, or just people of like color, period, right? So that's what she's trying to portray to him. And then what he just told her, first of all, he starts off telling her we're black out here. That's what he starts off telling her. Then he's saying that to her because he's leveling with her and they have a personal relationship. So especially as close as they're sitting, the proximity, all that, that's making it where it's like even he is going to get comfortable and he's going to have to bring himself back. So that's what just happened there. Is basically he told her we're black out here. Then he cleans it up by saying like, oh, it's not a black or a white game. It's a money game that we're in right now. So basically he's trying to tell her just follow the rules so that you don't end up poor again. When he goes, oh, the best thing they could do for poor people is not be one of them. So by basically like saying at least stay in your position to represent something of power for the people who don't have anything to look up to. That's what he's trying to like say there. But also what he's trying to say there is shut up, be easy, keep doing what you got to do, and play the rules of the game that we're in so that you could keep your money before you mess it up. Because he's like, because I'm not going with you. Like he's basically telling her, like, he's already at the end. Steve Harvey's already older. He already put in a lot of work, a lot of time.
Alright. No, I was trying to see, like, alright, as far as black television hosts, like, who was the pioneers in that? But then I'm thinking not only Montel, it was what's my man's name? The one that used to have all the artists on his show.
Arsenio Hall.
Arsenio Hall, but he wasn't even the first one either. I think there's somebody before him.
Yeah, but Arsenio Hall, he did something that got him blackballed as well.
Yeah, where I think he was saying certain things too. He made it through, but I want to know like how he got the opportunity. I guess that's another episode. We could do that. What about my man Arsenio? I forgot what it was. Too.
Something happened. I'm trying to remember.
I know they tried to revamp the show recently.
I believe that he said something there that he wasn't supposed to say, and then it was over.
Arsenio. Yeah, they tried to do it in 13, but it didn't work out.
Wait, hold on. Regarding what her dream host said today on the internet and read albums and details said.
I gotta look at what I was
Wait, what? Wait, go down a little bit. Hold on. Stop right there. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, go ahead, continue. Hi, gorgeous.
Game, but let me tell you what the game is before the money game. Before the money game, it's called the integrity game, and we've lost the integrity worrying about the money.
But Mo,
wait a minute.
If I crumble, my children crumble, my grandchildren crumble. I cannot, for the sake of my integrity, stand up here and let everybody that's counting on me crumble so I can make a statement. There are ways to win the war in a different way.
Let me shut up before I smack the shit out of him. That's the let me shut up before I smack the shit out of you pose.
That could also be a signal too, but I'm not sure.
We got more right after this.
You see that a lot when somebody is mad.
Yeah, she held in her composure. Oh, that's her coping mechanism to keep her composure.
It's like keeping your over your mouth so that you don't say nothing crazy.
She gonna let him have it. She gotta play it like chess too, because she's on that show. She's on his show.
I'm back here with my.
And then look when they came back. Look at her face. Look her face. This is when they came back.
Here is.
Look at her face.
Stand up here and let everybody that's counting on me crumble so I can make a statement. There are ways to win the war in a different way.
I think he cued the audience too. When he pointed, he looked like he cued the audience. But I'm not gonna bring that.
We got more right after this.
He's cueing the audience to go off. You know that, right? Look, now he's saying something to her. Look, off the air, he's saying something to her. Look at her face.
So she's gonna cry.
Like whatever he said, he broke her right there. Like damn, this nigga right here, like it's.
She looks like she's gonna cry. But what he basically probably told her was that I love you. And
you think he reinforced her? Or
yes.
You don't think he said, yo, if you don't do such and such, then such and such, like
no,
negative.
I believe that they have a serious personal relationship.
Or whatever.
And that he told her that I love you, but don't say anything crazy. And furthermore, let's like wrap this up in a more positive light. Right. We only have XYZ minutes left. And because like I'm not gonna blackball myself.
Right.
Basically.
Like, I ain't with you. You on your own with that.
Right, and I think she was hoping for more of like
Of him looking out.
Something more of like showing that like he sees what's happening and that he's in support of her and whatever. But he didn't say that he's not in support of her. Basically, what he's told her is, we all have to play this game if we want to have this money.
Right.
And if you don't want to play the game, fine. Then you and your kids are going to be poor. That's why he's told her, like, well, if I'm not worried about the money, then my kids are not going to have anything, so on and so forth, whatever. Because she's saying that she's worried about integrity. He's saying he's worried about the money. So basically, that was what happened on that break, is she realized that maybe he's not who she really thought that he was deep down inside. Maybe she thought that he was like a really good person, and now she realized that at the end of the day, it's all about money, just like everything else.
Right.
That's what it looks like right now. That's the face of somebody whose heart just got broken about something.
About somebody who she looked up to.
Right. She looks heartbroken. It looks like that's like the you never even see her with this face. This is another face. Never see her with this face. This is a face of a child who's hurt. Like he hurt her as like the child in her. You can see it there.
I'm back here with my sister Monique, and we're getting real. Okay, Mo, so listen to me. Here is what I want you to understand about this whole thing.
Yes.
So she's gonna cry.
Oh, she's
gonna cry.
As we try to come through this, because what I want really is for you to come through, because I know who you really are.
See?
And so what I want.
Okay, you see right there? That just confirms everything that I just said, right?
Yeah.
He says,
I know who you really are.
No, that's not what that's what he said. He said, now I want you to really come through, right? This is why you see her. Look, she
extended an open hand again to go and coon, basically to sell out.
He when he told her
fix what you just said,
and that's why when he was talking to her, you see the way he's using the chopping mechanism with the hands. He's laying out what is gonna happen. He was chopping mechanism with his hands, showing like this is what's gonna happen. He was laying out the steps for her. So that's why she looked done. She was like, whatever. But he probably told her, like, listen, this is your chance. You're here now. And we can swing this whole thing around in the next part of this interview. In the beginning part, fine. Yeah, we're going to talk about it's emotional, whatever. He's like, people, he'll tell her, like, people want to hear that, that's fine, right? But he's going to tell her in the ending part, like, clean it up and fix it. Maybe you could, like, fix the black ball, right? And at least ease it. At least ease the tension off of it. Because at least you addressed it, whatever, right? So that's why now he's telling her, this is where I want you to really come through. He's like, I know you, whatever. Let's take this in the whatever the hell. Like he's now coaching her to spin in the other direction. That's why she looks like that when she's ready to cry. Because now it's basically like when something is done wrong to you and you tell your mom or whatever, and then they go like, oh, well, you know that this is gonna get spun around against you type of thing. So that's basically what he just did to her, and that's why she has that hurt child look.
I don't know.
What I want you to do is come through this with a different way. Because you, Monique, you my girl. I love you like a sister. I hate what's happening to you. I hate what they're saying that's not true. I want them to know that you are caring, that you're a great mother, that you are incredible talent. I don't like the fact that you've been blackballed. You can be unblackballed. You too talented to have to worry about all this where the next one coming from. I want this to end for you.
Well, listen.
I want it to end for you, Monique, because I love you. Because these people are doing it the wrong way, and you better than that. You are better than that. I probably should have called you as soon as, but I didn't. I got a lot of stuff going on, so I didn't. When I did call you, I listened to you. But I began telling you at the very beginning, I think we're going about this the wrong way. Now, we keep saying stuff in the interim that keeps just making it worse. Hollywood know you
But
talented.
it's making it worse for who?
It's making it worse.
For who?
Okay, if you think it's cool, then it's cool.
That's what I'm saying.
But it's not cool, Mo.
For who?
It's not cool.
For who?
The fact that we sitting here arguing like this.
We're not arguing.
Okay, we're discussing.
You and your sister, we having a conversation and mommy and daddy ain't here right now, and I'm getting ready to punch you in your mouth. That's the conversation. Bam, bam. Right. I think what happens though is I have to understand how to agree to disagree without being upset. And that's the thing. I disagree with my brother. I'm not upset with you. I love you. I disagree with the way Oprah, Lee, and Tyler did it.
Cool.
But I love them.
I'll give you that. Now, guess what we need to do to move forward and fix this?
Come on.
These people owe you an apology. You owe those people an apology. Then we can move forward. Mo, listen to me. You are valuable to us all. You are valuable to Tyler Perry. You are valuable to Oprah, to Lee Daniels. We can't do this without talent. See, me and you, we talent. They can't do this without us. You take us out of Hollywood, they have to close some doors around here. It is not the same without us.
Yes.
You are too valuable. I don't want to lose your gift to the world.
You won't.
Because we're trying to prove a point when we can prove the point by doing it in a more loving way. That's all I want, man.
I absolutely agree with you. 100%. The only way I know how to do it is loving, because that's all that's in my heart.
Okay.
Now, when I say it, you may not like how I say it.
But see, if it's in your heart,
Yes.
love sound like love.
Yes. Yes.
See, that's what. So,
Yes.
so if it don't sound like it when you say it,
See.
that's cause it ain't. So this is what we're gonna close out like this. I'm gonna try and arrange. I'm gonna do my best to get the conversations that need to be had between you and these people, so you can hear from them. I'm gonna then ask them would they say it publicly for the benefit of everybody, so you can get the release that you need. Then I'm gonna ask you to tell these people and apologize for some bashing you done. I know you don't think you did none, but you did. And when everybody can come to that, then I think there's a chance for us to move. I love you, Mo. I'm glad you came to see me. Looking back on it, I should have picked up the phone and called you more readily.
I appreciate it.
I probably should have done that.
That's it, right?
Just looking on it, that's probably what I should have did.
That's all I wanted.
But I didn't. So now I'm here and moving forward as your big brother. I just want to help you, Mo. I swear to God, I didn't come here to bash you. I love you. I wish you well. And let's heal this thing and move forward so the world can see how great we all are. Ladies and gentlemen.
I like how personable his show is. It's not bad. I like how he does it. It's pretty interesting. I think they made a lot more hype than what it should have been, but I understand where everybody's coming from because they already kind of had it out for Steve Harvey. Just a lot of the cool comments he'd be making every year. He would always be saying something crazy.
But what do you mean? What hype? What are you talking about?
Well, on social media, they hyped this up a lot.
It's not that they hyped it up. This was hyped up by tabloids. Period. They were making it like she threatened to punch him.
So
they totally left out the fact that she said that we're like two kids right now whose parents aren't here, siblings, having a discussion that turned into like a little argument, like you want to fight me or anything. But she was saying it in like a playful, like
like a brother way.
Right.
Right.
And they tried to spin it like, oh, she's a violent aggressor, wants to punch him in his face because they're having an argument on his show. Like she went on his show acting like an animal. Is basically what they're trying to do. That's more blackball tactics. So that just proves even more that she is being blackballed. Because now, in the time where she tries to go on there, she tries to speak, they're already trying to slander it. So that because of the fact, especially that he already stated like he's gonna make these phone calls to try to bridge the gap back, right? So first thing that they did is say, "Oh no, you don't," and they slandered the whole thing. And another thing that I want to say, you see, he changed his suit style and everything. Like he was wearing those like bozo suits for family food and whatever. So like bozo suit there, and like no style, like a red stupid tie, whatever.
More stylish suit.
Right, and not just that, but he wore a blue suit for this, to instill like trustworthiness, over everybody because of the fact that he was bringing her on and he wanted her to, do whatever. And then even her wearing black is, first of all, that's a power color, so that's why she's wearing that.
Right.
And it's also like muted in a sense too, where it's like she wants you to listen to what she has to say. She came with more to say. She wasn't allowed to say it.
Yeah, and they cut this real short.
Yeah.
Usually an interview they go in. This is pretty short interview.
She came with more to say. She wasn't allowed to say it. Because that's why she wore that. Because all the attention is just on her words. Right. Makeup's minimal, hair's up, everything. It's like you're not focused. Jewelry minimal.
Right.
No distractions.
Right.
It's all about
her message.
Right. And she likes to get a little fancy sometimes. So it's like to see her like that, she's very muted down just to get to what she wants to say. And also even like see how like the jewelry that she does have on, it's like bracelet, ring, whatever. She keeps her hands by her face and stuff like that to keep the attention there to her mouth. And the other thing that I was gonna say is the fact that when he was telling her that he's gonna make the phone calls and whatever and bridge stuff, and he's telling her like, okay, like, you know, you have to do XYZ and whatever. The reason why also that they stopped this and like they started the whole thing like the making it into a thing about her hitting him and whatever is because you could see in her face, if you look at her cheek muscles when he talks about that, like, oh, you know, you'll speak to these people and whatever about XYZ, like basically about her side of the apology. The switching that happens in her cheek muscles and the look in her eyes, it shows like that she still is harboring animosity and that she does not want to do that, but that she'll do it through clenched teeth to get back into like where she needs to get. Because he made her understand. He made her understand that basically her career is over if she doesn't. Right. Another thing to point out here is the fact that if you look at the people who she brought up, right? So she brought up the people that have called us the black ball. One of them is Oprah. Now, first of all, Oprah, we see time and time again that you're not allowed to say certain things on her show. Yep. She is giving you all kind of crazy eyes for whatever that you do say. Signals, yep. Yeah, all kind of craziness, all kinds of stuff. Oprah is one of the biggest agents ever. She's one of the richest women. No children, no relationships. We hear nothing about her personal life. That's a whole nother thing that we're gonna get into. Only that dude. What's his name? That's a made up thing. Okay. What's that guy's name again? What was his name? Hold on. I know his name. Yeah. But anyway. But basically, yeah. Like that's. She's basically like that's what you're seeing there is that she sets things up in a way where not just that, she's also become like from what I'm seeing something of her becoming like a mentor or something like that. Basically I'm seeing that she seems to be like a cult leader at this point. Lindsay Lohan, I'm seeing recently that she's like following her. She's under Oprah's guidance. I have no idea what the heck that is. Check this out. So this is like a big interesting fact that's going on. So what Lindsay, because this is all from Lindsay's Instagram. So when you look on her page, she'll have there like that she's under Oprah's guidance and how like she's basically worshiping Oprah like she's God and saying basically how she's gonna like get her rehabilitated into the entertainment industry because right now Lindsay's like blackballed and she's all whatever the heck because they're looking at her like she's a mess drug addict and whatever and she's washed up. So supposedly, Oprah's supposed to be integrating her back in. So that's something to watch too, to see what happens now with Lindsay Lohan, because supposedly that's what she's putting out there. But maybe she's too drugged up and that running her mouth is gonna go against her. Now it's not gonna work out, but we'll see what happens with that. And she's even on Instagram like swaying her siblings there, like saying like, oh, Oprah's everything, have you seen how great she is, she's this, she's that, whatever, some crazy stuff, like it's like some like cult worship kind of thing. So it's interesting when you look at that because basically Lindsay's saying she's gonna get her integrated back in after being blackballed, and Monique saying she got her blackballed. So it just that's a direct lineup right there. Then the other one is who is she saying? Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry, okay, is nobody compared to Moni. Okay, Tyler Perry came out pretty quick.
He got movies though.
Yes, he came out quick and he did all these movies, and yes, he made a whole lot of money and everything and so on and so forth for whatever, right? But nonetheless, like in terms of longevity, he's nobody compared to Monique. And Monique also has her resume. She's done her stuff, and she done her stuff from way back. So that's just the point behind it of like he should not have pull. But the reason why he has pull is because he has pull because he's continuing to push that agenda of the feminine black man.
Fact.
So that's why he has pull.
He pulling on that dress.
And also
he making family movies with him in a dress.
And not just that. He also
Medea Goes to Christmas and
all the movies that he does, even if it seems to have some kind of a positive message in it somewhere, they all promote like ignorance. They all promote like stereotypical behavior and portray stereotypical things at that to keep that going. That's first off. On top of that, the fact that he's
a lot of bots.
He's carrying that over. Okay, the whole feminized black man, so on and so forth. So they need him for that because he's widely accepted. Like everybody loves him. And not just that. From what I like put together about him, he would be one of the next people to be on that cult level of having a certain following because of the fact that when you look at his story about how he came up and how he became successful, he says that God used to speak to him. Now, that's all good and everything, but listen, when you say that God used to speak to you and then you come out and you're pushing a feminized black man agenda, it's something is not adding up there. So that's how you know something like that. That's why he has that pull. It's because he tied people in with two things from slavery right now: the feminized black man,
yeah, facts,
and a strategically spun story of God. Okay, two things from slavery that he's doing right there. Right. So you think that they're gonna let her interfere with that? Meanwhile, Tyler Perry is like a baby, brand new compared to her. Right. So that's what that shows right there. Is basically that agenda that he's really fulfilling that slot right now because Martin is already old and he used to do that crap. He's already old. Like who else is there to do it right now?
They're gonna have the new coons, freaking Kevin Hart and all. Who
was always doing it? Martin.
What, bringing messages like positive?
No. Like being like a female, like Martin.
All these niggas doing it now. Jamie Foxx do it. Kevin Hart does it.
Kevin Hart, I haven't seen him dress.
Yeah, he's in a dress already. So he's done. He's done. All right, wrapping it up. Peace.